Mine's the Miseducation of Lauren Hill.
Indeed.
Reasons being at that point in my like when I first heard the album, I was always cognitive of who Lauren Hill was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but it wasn't until myself personally, I got in high school. I want to say my junior year where I actually sat down and just let the album play all the way through, and it was like, damn, like this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like this album, it touched on love, and at that time for their generation, the interludes, the students that were sitting in the classes discussing love and giving their own opinions, and me being in high school, that shit kind of resonated with me because it was like I was in a relationship, you know what I'm saying, and coming from a household of not being able to see conditional love from significant others and stuff like that. It was like, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like there's other kids that's like trying to give their different references on this tape. So for me, that shit was dope. That was kind of like my teachable moment album as far as love and shit. My second album, K.O.D. J. Cole. Like you said, 2018, around that time that came, 2018 was nuts.
Man,
relationship, dealing with the things that he talked about, Kevin's heart, infidelity, you know what I'm saying, and how he just made that so real. Friends, once an addict, like you said, it was your pops. For me, that was my mom's, you know what I'm saying. So to see that shit, like, and it's like, damn, this nigga Cole hitting shit on that right there on the head. Window pane too, like window pane.
Yeah, it was just timely. Like everything about it was just timely. So yeah, I feel that.
I have to go with number 3, back to back. Cole, Forest Hill Drive, 2014.
Legendary time.
Leaving out of college. I'm not college. Leaving out of high school. Excuse me. Like you said, the Wet Dreams reference. Love Yours. I felt like at that time, like that was just a message that was just like, we so young, but it still was like, God damn.
Yeah, I actually think like 2014 was actually, not only do I think the album has aged well, I mean, I still think it's an album you could definitely go back and play. 2014 was just so, I just feel like everybody, I feel like that was the one album, like, even people that weren't huge Cole fans could still say, like, I can relate to a lot of what's being said. I just feel like it was the one time I felt like Cole told his story and made it relatable to everybody.
Universal.
And he didn't necessarily market it toward his niche audience.
It was universally accepted.
And I think the build up to it too. I think the fact that he kind of, for the majority of that year, had kind of been ducked off and then came back with the album and the whole lead up and then the theme behind the album at that. I think all of that, played a role too. But
shit. After Forest Hill Drops, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Always was cognitive when the album came out. But when I revisited, I was like literally at a dark place in my life. It was like the inspiration to dig me out of this shit, because it was like, if you know the backstory, the conception of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and like for me, that was my kickstart to everything that inspires me right now to, like, you know what I'm saying, to touch base on. So that album right there was just great to me personally.
Really, and I'm mad.
Nostalgia Ultra, number 5 is Frank. Thank you.
Honestly,
I gotta say thank you, bro.
I don't know what you're like about to say about it, but I feel like Nostalgia Ultra is one of them albums that I wouldn't say it's ahead of its time, but I feel like I don't even think we really understood what we was getting from Frank.
It was
at
so
the time.
At that time, bro, it showed that this artist is so human, and like the things that he was singing about is the shit that you think about, but it's just like, goddamn, like this shit hitting right on the nod, you know.
Is Novocaine his biggest song? Yeah.
Single wise,
Single wise,
okay. Bigger Thinking About You?
Yeah.
If nobody knows a Frank Ocean song, they know Novocaine.
Yeah. Think About You is 2, for sure.
Cause a tornado flew. Everybody was hitting that bitch like that. It's up there with No King.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Okay. Number 6 is Gravity.
It's a great addition.
Lecrae. I grew up a Lecrae fan. Just being in the household that I was raised in. My mom, she big on Christianity and stuff like that. So I didn't want to listen to a lot of the,
Spadages.
So for him to give hip hop, Christian hip hop, and then as this music, matured, it was like, all right, let me take off the genre of Christianity that y'all trying to box it in, and I'm gonna just rap. And when Gravity dropped, man, like he touched about like so many things on that album, from dealing with money at the peak of his success, or what he thought was his success, because he reached a higher stratosphere after this album dropped, won a Grammy off of it. Gravity just sat well with me, man. Like he made the track with Crit, Walk With Me, like that song as well. It was a lot of bangers on there, and personal things that I vibe with. And my 7, it's a toss up, man. It's a toss up.
How's the toss up?
Cause I look at them.
You gonna take off your classic?
I'm not gonna take off my classic, but it's like, all right. So he doesn't think him and our beloved Black doesn't believe that Me Against the World by Tupac is a classic. Me personally, being a huge Tupac fan musically and on him on the cultural sense, Me Against the World was very, like, the shit that he rapped about to me was relatable.
What's the claim to it being a classic, though?
You gonna do this on my side? The claim to it being just the songs, like, if it resonated with you, it resonated with you. If you was
I can have an album that resonates with me personally. That doesn't make it a classic,
it was
though.
consistent resonation, and it was just like Pac really thought that everybody was against him, bro.
So what makes it a classic is that the songs are relatable to you, that you're aware of.
It was a great answer to how everything that he felt at that time in his life.
So sonically, it was,
If that's my 7.
I mean,
sonically,
the 7 is fine. I get that. I just wanted the people to know that, like you said, it was a classic, but I didn't really know what your case for it being a classic was. So I just was.
It is a classic.
I mean, you are entitled to your opinion, for sure. Just as long as you know it is your opinion.
The other toss-up was also Good Kid, Mad City. But I didn't just want to pick the same. But Good Kid, Mad City definitely was
we
growing up from being able to see 2 different cities, St. Louis and Detroit. It definitely was like.
Oh, you said you like that.